So Quantum Error, what the developers describe as a cosmic horror first-person shooter, received a brand new story teaser. In this video we'll check out the new trailer, along with the new details we learned about Quantum Error. Hey guys, this is Chris with BNB Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing amazing today. If this is your first time here, if you're interested in Quantum Error and other hardcore games like Killing Floor 2, Aliens Fireteam Elite, Rainbow Six Extraction, hit that subscribe button.
We need to go. I have a bad feeling about this.
Now to start out with, guys, what exactly is Quantum Error? Again, the developers describe it as a cosmic horror first-person shooter, and to me, watching the gameplay, it reminds me of Doom 3, and one of the reasons they call it a cosmic horror FPS is because we're going to be going to different planets during the story. As far as the story goes, on the website it says, when the Manan Quantum Research Facility 30 miles off the shore of California, is attacked by an unknown entity, engulfing the complex in flames and putting it into full containment lockdown. A distress call is sent for mutual aid to the Garboa Fire Department in San Francisco, California. Fire Chief Sturgis answers the call and sends you, of course, Captain Jacob Thomas, along with your partner Shane Costa, and a crew by helicopter to the Manan facility. Your mission is simple. As a firefighter, save as many lives from the burning complex as possible and get out. However, what starts as a rescue mission quickly plummets into darkness. I like that. Quantum Error is a cosmic horror FPS in development by Team Kill Media. As far as what Quantum Error is going to play like, it's confirmed to be a dedicated single-player experience, and they've also confirmed there's no co-op. And again, in its early gameplay here, it reminds me of Doom 3, and it also has a little Dead Space to it. It's got some creepy to it, because of course it's a horror game. And the reason it reminds me of Doom 3 is kind of the slower pace of the game, where you move from corridor to corridor, and you really don't know what's around the corner, so you're a little hesitant about what's going to attack you next. However, Quantum Error does change up the gameplay on you, because later on they show that you actually get a dash where you can dash left, right, back, and forward, and they also show that you can play in third person if you want to, so to me it reminds me of Mass Effect in a way. As far as unique features in Quantum Error, like Dead Space's Isaac Clarke, who is an engineer, you're going to play Jacob Thomas in Quantum Error, who is a firefighter. And just off the top of my head, I can't ever remember playing a firefighter in a game. The developer, Team Kill Media, said they wanted to bring a firefighter's unique tools to the game, so using the fireman's axe, using the different saws. We also saw oxygen mask for smoke-filled rooms, etc. Along with that, Quantum Error has also switched over to Unreal 5 development, and the new teaser trailer is running on the PlayStation 5 and is Unreal 5. Another feature of Quantum Error they showed off is the ability to swap between first-person view and third-person view. Along with this, they also showed off a brand new feature that got a lot of people excited. That they're going to be integrating the haptic feedback of the DualSense controller on PlayStation 5. They gave an example of when using the halogen bar, which I'm not sure what it is, but they said the triggers resist and pop when you slam it open. Another example they gave was when you're checking doors to see if they're hot or warm, the haptics are going to vibrate on the controller. It's also going to have resistance for the jaws of life. It also is going to have different aspects for different puzzles in the game. Along with that, they also teased a mysterious mechanic which involves using both triggers at the same time and the microphone, which apparently is going to be something that firefighters do. I don't know, I'm thinking you're going to have to like revive someone and blow into the mic. I kind of hope not, because that doesn't sound very exciting. But, who knows, maybe it'll be interesting. Anyways, they go on and give an example of K-12 saw, which is evidently the saw that firefighters use to cut you out of like cars or something. Anyways, they said you're going to hold in the button to rev it, the controller's going to vibrate and it's going to buzz, and it's also going to give you different types of resistance. Now, I do think Team Kill Media must have some kind of promotional deal with PlayStation, because the latest story teaser actually was shown exclusively on PlayStation's YouTube channel, and they also appeared on one of PlayStation's podcasts, so I think they do have some kind of promotional deal. Now, I don't have any problem with this at all. They gotta fund the game somehow. This game is actually being developed by Four Brothers. It's an independent studio, and I'll go into that in a little bit here. Originally, they did have a GoFundMe, and they addressed it on Twitter. They said they absolutely loved the GoFundMe. Only one thing is, when it comes to the GoFundMe, we only raised $3,000, which was just enough to get a mocap suit. Quantum Error is pretty much being made out of pocket and with pure hard work. As far as the developers go, again, they are an indie development team out of Wyoming called Team Kill Media, and it's comprised of a 4-person team, Four Brothers, which is pretty amazing. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a second, this is, some high school kids making their first game or something. Actually, this is their second game. Their first game was called Kings of Lorne, which showed up on the PlayStation 4, and I think it was ported to PC. And this dovetails into what platforms Quantum Error is going to be available, because originally it was a PlayStation exclusive on console, but later on Team Kill announced that they are going to be bringing it to Xbox Series X and S, but not the original Xbox. And one of the reasons Kings of Lorne never showed up on Xbox was basically they couldn't get it working on Xbox because, Kinect. Because I hate that thing. Anyways, Quantum Error is going to be on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. As far as game modes, Quantum Error is a single-player campaign. As far as the size of the game, in my opinion, if you're going to have a dedicated single-player experience, it's got to be pretty chunky. It's got to be at least 20 hours. We don't know how big it is, but they have confirmed that there are several locations in the game. One of the areas is the Manon Research Facility, which they revealed has 8 different levels. From what I understand it, the first level is more of a tutorial level, but the other levels you're going to be able to go back and forth between, which sounds like a little bit of backtracking, or I don't know, maybe you'll be doing some farming or something. We don't really know anything about, is there going to be a leveling system in the game? Is it just going to be a straight up kind of like Doom 3 where you go from point A to point B and you slowly increase in power by getting better weapons, etc.? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But along with the Manon facility, they've also confirmed there's going to be 3 other planets we're going to get to go to, one of which looks to be Mars. They've also confirmed Jupiter, and I think it was Neptune. I forgot what the third one was. As far as DLC and future plans for Quantum Error, they do have plans to make it a trilogy. Now, of course, that does depend on how well the game does, and we'll see what happens here. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited about Quantum Error? Are you interested in this game? Do you like survival horror games? Let me know what you think. For me as a gamer, I want to keep my expectations low for Quantum Error because I don't want to expect too much from this game. Now that said, this trailer is stellar. It's got me excited. I'm like, settle down, it might not be this good. And to be honest, it's a little hard to wrap my brain around this game only being developed by 4 people. Finally, as I spoke about earlier, I do think they have some kind of promotional deal with PlayStation. Again, they are featured on Sony's YouTube channel and also on the latest PS5 podcast, so I think there's something going on there, which I have zero problem with. If they're funding this game out of pocket, they need whatever help they can get, and I think this game being a single-player focused game might actually help it in a way, because PlayStation just announced the PlayStation Premium, which is their version of Game Pass. I'm guessing maybe Quantum Error is going to end up on there at launch, and of course it could end up on Game Pass as well, which I think would help them do quite a bit better.